I'll read it again. Write an equation for the line. So you don't have to graph it. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. Write an equation of the line for the line containing a given point, that's the given point, and perpendicular to the given line, that's the given line. If you want to graph it, be my guest, but do keep in mind that you don't have to. You're given a point, and you're given an equation of the line, and it's already in y equals mx plus b form, so you already have information about the slope right from that. And if you have the slope of this line, then you can find the slope of the perpendicular. And once you have the slope of the perpendicular, you can write a new equation using the slope of the perpendicular and that point.
So where do we
Give it a
start?
try. Where do you start? I would start with this information here. What is that information saying to you?
No. Y equals 2x minus 3.
That's right. So what's the slope?
2.
Good. That's pretty important info.
So then what?
Well, you read it again and think about it. See, you found the information for this line, right? The slope of this line. But you're ultimately not trying to find the equation of this line. Which equation are you trying to find?
The one for that?
The one for the perpendicular. That's a different question over there. So the line perpendicular to this.
So how do I find it?
That's the question you have to answer. Talia, or you have Jonathan?
Should we plot that point?
Plot that point into what? Into this? If you put that point into here, what will you get? 4 equals 2 times negative 2 minus 3. Is it
Probably
true?
like 4 equals negative 7.
Is it true?
No.
What does it mean for that? What does that mean? It's not true. You're right, but why? Why is that not true? Taylor, you got to pay attention. Talia, same thing. When we put that point into here, we don't get a solution. Why not?
Because it's not part of the line.
Yeah. Well, how do we know? Well, look. What line is this part of? If it's not part of this line, what line is it part of? We're really getting to the crux of the problem. Think about it. You really have to understand the question.
I think I got something.
Okay, Pepper, go for it.
Then we make it into an equation, like I need to figure this out.
Okay. Think about it. What if this is one line? What other kind of line are we looking for? Found the perpendicular. We found the slope of the perpendicular. Back on. All right. So we've got the perpendicular slope that we're looking for, and we know the relation between the slope of a line and its slope of the perpendicular. That when they multiply together, it's equal to negative 1. So we set up our little equation. It's really straightforward. We have 2 times something, we don't know what it is, equals negative 1. And that makes it easy for us to see what number that is. We go, oh, well that's got to be negative 1/2, because the only way this times that is equal to negative 1 is if that's negative 1/2. Okay? So this is the slope of the perpendicular. Now what do we do with that bit of information that we've solved? We worked so hard to find this. Okay, the slope of the perpendicular is equal to negative 1/2. All right? So we have this point that we were given to at the beginning, right, Sophia? Stuart?
Yes,
And we have this slope of the perpendicular, right? So what do we do with it? We're almost there. You guys are doing great. We're so close. All right? Okay.
Yeah, what do those points have to do with anything?
Well, that point is, see, you remember that this point we found out, like what we did with Pepper and everybody, that this point doesn't belong with this line? Well, that point does belong with the line that has this slope for a perpendicular. Do you see what I'm saying? And the question that they're asking is, what is the equation of this line? Right? We have the equation of this line, but what about the equation of that line?
The 2/4?
If I were to graph this, it would make more sense. Y equals 2x minus 3. Here's the y-intercept. Negative 3 there. You guys should do this too. Rise over 1. 1, 2, 1, boom. And here's our line. Okay? Little approximation there. This is the line y equals 2x minus 3. Okay? Now, what we've just found out is the slope is equal to 2. Okay? And that the slope of the perpendicular is equal to negative 1/2. Now, this line, negative 2, 4, this point here, negative 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, clearly doesn't go on this line. But which line will it go through? What kind of line will I have to write up there?
So negative 1/2.
No, but what kind of, how would I draw the line? Does anybody want to come up and do it? Or draw the line? You want to do it, Sophia or Jonathan? Yeah, how will this line look? Is it going to be a parallel line?
90
90 degrees, right. It's going to look like this.
So
Okay?
that means it's parallel, right?
No, that's perpendicular.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get your term. All right. Now, we know what it looks like, but that's not what the question asked you. It didn't say draw a graph of a line that's perpendicular, did it? What did it ask you? What did the question, Gabby, what did this question ask you for? Because we're so close. We're almost there.
Don't tell me.
Huh? What did the question ask you for?
To write an equation for the line continuing given obviously from the tell me. And the perpendicular.
No, it's write an equation for the line that's perpendicular and it has that point.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're almost there. We have, this is the point, negative 2, 4. But now, what do you know about equations and how can you write the equation for this line? What do you know about equations? You could use y2 minus y1 equals x2 minus m1 to x2 minus x1. You want to do that? Or should we use y equals mx plus b? Which one do you want to use, Stuart?
Y equals mx plus b.
But we do, okay, that's fine, but that's fine, we can do it either way. The thing is, we have m, that's good, but we don't have b. And,
Can we make it up?
well, we could do it either way.
Can't we find b by...
I want you guys to do this now. I want some of you to do y equals mx plus b and try it out. And then some people can do y2 minus y1 equals m onto x2 minus x1. Believe it or not, this, if you can do this question, you'd be able to do like a lot of the other stuff in this chapter and a lot of the stuff on the test coming up. That's why we're spending so much time on it.
Well, what did m be? M would be 2, right?
No, it would be, this is the perpendicular, okay? Because remember, the line that we're looking for is the line
So
that's
it would be
perpendicular.
negative 1/2.
That's
and then the
absolutely
x
right.
would be 2.
This will be y equals negative 1/2 onto x plus b. And where are we going to get the x and y?
No, I'm talking about for y2 minus y1.
Okay, well, where do we get that?
Get what?
The point.
From there.
Yeah, exactly. We know that negative 2, 4 is on there, so we can put that in. We get 4 equals negative 1/2 onto negative 2 plus b. And then we go and do our mathematical stuff, and we solve for b.
I'm not talking
This is
about
equal to
there.
4 equals 1 plus b, and b equals 3.
Okay, I'm talking about the other one though.
Are we talking about this one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Should we just finish with this one? Because we're almost there. So we found b, and now we're almost done. How do we write the equation of this line that's perpendicular?
Y.
Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. We're done. That's your one last second, Amanda. Now let's do it this way. If we had chosen to do it with, we went for y equals, mx plus b. What happens if we'd done it this way? What would we fill in?
Okay.
Marshall, or who knows? Who's the one who wanted to use you wanted to use this one? Y2 minus y1 equals, it's actually y minus y1,
Yeah.
okay?
That's what I use.
That's confusing. Okay, well, what would you do for that one? You know M.
Yeah.
Shannon knows M. Silva, what would you do?
You would just plug in the point that you got, 4 for y,
Yep,
and then
and
m
then,
is negative 1/2,
yep,
and then x minus, plus 2.
plus 2. Right, Pepper?
Right.
You were going to say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So, both of those answers, guess what? Both of those answers, here we go. This answer or that answer is right. That's the same thing as that. If you convert that over, they'll be the same thing. And both of those answers are acceptable. They didn't specify what kind of equation they wanted. They didn't say, write the equation in point slope form, or in any, they didn't say y-intercept, they didn't say. So you can leave it whatever way you want, and you're fine. I could prove that, but I don't have to, do I? I mean, I could, fix this, go ahead and do it. This is equal to 1/2 x minus 1. This is y minus 4, okay, equals negative 1/2 x. I'm doing the rainbows, right? Doom and doom. And then this is equal to minus 1. And then I add 4. I get negative 1/2 x. Adding 4, we get plus 3. And
There you go.
presto, they're the same thing. Dum-ba-da-dum.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Amanda, get going, quick. Yeah.